I'm Debbie Young. A car flipped into a pond at the I-95 Palm Coast Parkway exit on Tuesday, leaving a man in critical condition. Police say 28-year-old William Birch Jr. was driving when the car crashed into the retention pond, shearing off about 100 feet of fencing as it flipped off the exit ramp. He was pulled out of the vehicle with fluid in his lungs and is in critical condition. The crash happened just past 10 a.m. Birch's brother, 25-year-old Aaron Gordon, was not seriously hurt. Because of the weather, Flagler County Fire Flight was unable to fly Birch to the hospital. Instead, he was transported by ambulance to Halifax Hospital in Daytona Beach. Gordon says they had just left a rest area and his brother wasn't feeling well. He says he thinks Birch just lost control of the vehicle because the road was wet and slippery.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
One Flagler County community says no thanks to medical marijuana dispensaries. Ben Smith has more.
Bunnell residents will have access to medical marijuana when those dispensaries begin operations in Flagler County, but they will have to take a drive to reach them. On Monday, the Bunnell Commission adopted an outright ban on the establishments within city limits. According to state law, local governments can either treat dispensaries just like any other pharmacy or reject them altogether. City Manager Dan Davis told the commission that allowing dispensaries would invite more crime to the area. He also said Bunnell citizens could easily get medical marijuana in neighboring areas. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Ben Smith.
Palm Coast Municipal Golf Course has a new general manager. The Palm Harbor Golf Club has given that title to Tim Spangler. There's a transition going on Monday. The city's Parks and Recreation Department assumed day-to-day management of the course from a private company that had been running the course under contract with the city. The city is contracting with Billy Casper Golf to maintain the golf course grounds, but Spangler is responsible for golf operations and overseeing turf care and food and beverage. And speaking of food and beverage, the restaurant will be closed temporarily during the management transition, but food trucks will be on site offering lunch and snacks 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. A man accused of child abuse involving his own grandson. Mary Rose Hamilton reports.
4 months ago, Kelvin Martinez was sentenced to 10 days at the county jail, 100 hours of community service, and a year's probation after being found guilty of drunk driving in Flagler Beach. In November, his second drunk driving conviction in 5 years. On Monday, he was charged with child abuse and domestic battery by strangulation after allegedly striking and strangling his 14-year-old grandson during an argument over the grandson leaving his computer on during the day. The 14-year-old told Flagler County Sheriff's deputy that when he got home from school, he noticed his computer had been unplugged. Well, he approached Martinez to tell him that a computer can be damaged when its power is turned off abruptly. Martinez, he says, began yelling at him about letting electronics run constantly in the house and running up power bills. The boy yelled back and the fight escalated. Martinez faces 2 third-degree felony charges and is being held at the Flagler County Jail on no bond, with a third charge probation violation. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Mary Rose Hamilton.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Debbie Young.